You're at a funeral. The room is heavy with grief. Someone is crying so hard their shoulders shake. And then it happens. A giggle climbs up your throat like a trapped bubble, and before you can crush it, you laugh. The sound escapes your mouth and lands in the silence like a stone in still water. Heads turn. Your face burns. You don't know why you did it. You just know you can't take it back. It doesn't only happen at funerals. It happens when your boss delivers bad news, when your partner says, "We need to talk," when someone falls in public and you're the only one smirking while everyone else rushes to help. The laughter arrives before your brain can catch it. Your hand flies to your mouth too late. You look cruel, inappropriate, broken. And the worst part is, you don't even find it funny. Something inside you just short-circuited, and laughter was the only exit available. You start constructing a story about yourself. I'm awkward. I have bad timing. Maybe I'm just wired wrong. The lie settles into your identity like dust on furniture, invisible, but coating everything. A phone vibrates in the quiet room. Someone checks it. The distraction passes. You're safe. For now. But here's what you never learned. Your brain wasn't being cruel, it was being overwhelmed. When too much emotion hits at once, grief, fear, shock, anxiety, your nervous system floods. The pressure becomes unbearable. Crying would release it, but crying feels too vulnerable, too exposed, too naked in front of others. So your brain picks the second exit. Laughter. It's the same release valve, just a different pipe. The tension dumps out through your mouth in a sound you can't control. You weren't disrespecting the dead, you weren't mocking the pain, your brain simply chose laughter over sobbing because sobbing would have broken you open in front of everyone. The relief of knowing this feels like finally exhaling after years of holding your breath. You're not a monster, you're a human with an overloaded circuit board. The church bell rings outside. The sound vibrates through the wooden pew beneath you. Your shoulders drop half an inch. But the question lingers. If it's just a pressure valve, why does it keep happening? Why funerals? Why bad news? Why the moments that demand the most seriousness? Because those are precisely the moments your emotional system maxes out. The stakes are highest. The expectation to perform grief or concern is crushing. Your brain registers the pressure and panics. It can't produce the correct response fast enough, so it produces the fastest one. You're not laughing at the tragedy. You're laughing at the unbearable weight of being human in a moment that demands perfection. Your phone buzzes in your pocket, a message from an unknown number. They think you're heartless, but you're just too full. You stare at the screen, pulse quickening. The funeral director glances at you. You slip the phone away. The organ music begins, low and trembling. A door at the back of the chapel closes by itself, the latch catching with a sound like a whisper being cut off. Ready for what you become next? Now you know the truth. And knowing doesn't stop it. Days later, your friend tells you she lost her job. Your face does something wrong. A smile twitches at the corner of your mouth. You catch it, crush it, but she saw it. Her eyes narrow. The trust between you fractures in real time. You try to explain. It's not what you think. It's a reflex. My brain just... But the words sound like excuses. She leaves. The silence she leaves behind is heavier than any argument. You sit alone in your kitchen. The refrigerator hums. The clock ticks. You feel the full weight of every person who ever misunderstood your face. Your phone lights up. Another unknown message. They won't understand. Stop trying to explain. You don't reply, but you don't delete it either. The kitchen tap drips once, twice. The sound echoes like a countdown nobody set. Weeks pass. You avoid gatherings. You fear your own face. You practice serious expressions in the mirror like an actor who forgot to be human. But the mirror betrays you. One night, Staring at your reflection, a laugh escapes. Not loud, just a single exhale. And you weren't even thinking of anything. Your own face laughed at you, without permission, without reason. And you realized the truth. The laughter was never the problem. The problem was a world that demanded you feel one thing at a time, cleanly, neatly, while your insides were always a storm of everything at once. You're not broken. You're just fuller than most, and fullness leaks. Your phone buzzes one last time, the unknown number. Now laugh at this. You don't, but your mouth twitches, and for the first time, you let it. If you've ever laughed at the worst possible moment and carried the shame for years, this was your answer. You're not alone. You're not broken. Your brain just chose the exit it had. Hit subscribe for more psychology that actually explains you, and share this with someone who needs to know their laugh wasn't cruelty, it was survival. Turn on notifications, because the next one explains why you cry when you're angry, and that one hits even closer.